Hey, what is up, you guys? Donnie coming up with another video. So recently in one of my videos, one of the viewers actually asked me to do a kind of like a little update video in regards to my HK MR762. And that viewer asked me to see if I could provide any updates, any information, what I've done to my this particular rifle. Therefore, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. As you guys can see, the magazine is actually loaded. However, there's no round in the chamber, but just to be on the safe side, we're gonna we're gonna remove the magazine and check the chamber. So it's a 20 rounder original HK translucent magazine. But let's check the chamber. There you go, more round in the chamber. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, let me just bring it up close so you guys can see the rifle. Full Picatinny monolithic rail on top, free floating M-lock rail, and here's the other side. And saying heavy for this rifle is probably going to be understatement, because this thing is ridiculous weight wise. All right, so let's go ahead and start it. So up on top, or up front, I should say, probably, I got VG6 Gamma 762 muzzle device. It's a hybrid, so it's a muzzle brake as well as a compensator, and it does really work well on this particular setup. I really like it, so I replaced that. I believe it originally had actually a traditional A2 birdcage muzzle brake, but then I decided to just upgrade it with this. So this rail is OEM. That's really what it came with the rifle. It's got pretty much M-lock all around. I did actually put these 1913 rail plates in here. I did actually get a Harris bipod for this. I just normally take it off whenever I'm storing the rifle to kind of save some space. But otherwise, whenever I do take it out to range, actually I do use that Harris bipod on this. So this is where I mount that. And here I put this one to see if I could actually put a vertical grip. Like I said, I mean, after putting all of these accessories like the the mount, the optic and the mount and everything else, the weight definitely increased. So I just stopped using the bipod. I mean the vertical grips. I removed it, but I kept the plate. I mean, I guess I can remove it down the road. It never really bothered me, so I just kept it in there. But otherwise, so you do have M-lock all around, like 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock positions, and you do get this 1913 rail on top, Picatinny rail. You do have this QD mount for sling swivel if you want to mount it. And moving along, in the middle, I guess we're gonna have to talk about the optic first. So this is Vortex Viper PSD Gen 2. It's 2.5 to 10 by 32. It's first focal plane, and I never really been actually any disappointed with this particular setup. I don't know if you guys see my other videos, but I run the same identical setup on my Galil Ace 308 as well as my Scar 17S, and I've been really happy with this setup, so that's why I put this one in here as well. And to be honest, I don't really have anything to actually complain about this setup. So again, if you ever thought about considering one of these, getting one of these optics, I mean, I don't think you can go really wrong with this. It's a perfect setup for this. So, and this is actually mounted on ADM Delta mount. It's a QD, so it makes it easy to take it off. And American Defense make one of the best mounts in my opinion. They don't they function well, they don't fail, so can't go wrong with that. So yeah, this is the first focal plane mounted on ADM-QD Delta mount. So moving along, here I replaced the grip. It originally came with MacBull grip, somewhat kind of like a rubberized texture. I replaced it with this G28 style HK grip. I got it through HK Parts, and this is more of a rougher finish. However, it does actually give that original military look to it, so that's why I replaced it. In terms of I guess grip feel, when you actually hold the grip, I guess feeling wise, this is more of a rougher, kind of like hard feeling, whereas versus compared to its original grip. But whenever I shoot it, I normally wear gloves, so I don't really notice it, to be honest. And this is actually a little thicker in my opinion, so it gives a better purchase when I hold the grip. So I kind of like it. I mean, it looks alright in my opinion. It does come with a storage compartment in the bottom. If you want to put your extra pair of batteries and whatnot, you can do so. And I guess the biggest update or upgrade, if you will, would be this stock, G28 style stock. So this was one of the first things I really wanted to do once I got the rifle, because original stock, buttstock actually was, I want to say it was also MacBull or B5 Systems, but I don't remember, to be honest, exactly. It could have been actually original HK buttstock, I just don't remember. However, it was one of the first things I actually went ahead and upgraded. So for the buttstock, I got it again from HK Parts. It was a little hard to find because there were almost always, every time when I went there, it was always out of stock. So I put a notification, I put my email on notification list, and asked them to notify me whenever they get it. And sure enough, one day I did receive a notification saying that it's back in stock. So I went ahead and placed an order and got it in a few days, and it wasn't cheap. Yeah, I mean, if you guys know anything about HK, their parts, I mean their products to begin with are already expensive, and the parts are no different. It wasn't cheap, but I was able to eventually get it. So with this, keep in mind, if you guys want to do the same thing with with your MR762, you got to keep in mind that if you want to replace the buttstock, you are going to have to actually replace, get the tube as well, because the original tube that came with this rifle wasn't going to work with this. Because good thing actually I did my own homework and research before ordering this buttstock. I wanted to make sure that the tube was going to work, but then when I was being told that the tube is not going to work, I decided to just get the whole thing, the whole setup pretty much, including this the plate, actually, buttstock tube plate. So another thing I wanted to mention is that I replaced this as well. So as you can see, this one actually does come with loops, sling loop on both sides. So I mean, some may call it redundant now because I got this as well as here in the stock itself. So, but then again, you know, now that I have it in both places, I can put my sling anywhere I want, basically. But yeah, I decided to replace this one as well, the plate. But yeah, like I was saying, if you want to upgrade your buttstock to G28 style or the LRP package style, then make sure you get the tube, the buffer tube as well, because you are going to have to actually replace this. You have to, otherwise it's not going to work. But you know, but by saying that, that means you're going to have to get the whole package, the whole assembly for buttstock, which is going to dictate some premium price. But if you can afford it, I say go for it. In my opinion, it's worth it. It just gives original HK look to it. And not to mention, this is very adjustable. You can extend it, collapse it, One thing it does not do is folding. Actually, unfortunately, doesn't fold. But then again, and for this rifle, I don't think we really need it because, like I said, it's really heavy. And on top of that, it's really meant for like a precision shooting. So it kind of makes sense to run it like this because my SCAR 20 buttstock doesn't fold either because it is actually for precision shooting. So is this one. So that does make sense. However, this the cheek riser though is pretty cool actually. This is one of the most my favorite things is that this actually stays in place whenever you collapse it or extend your buttstock. And that really is this piece that really made me actually fall in love with this buttstock because it just looks so cool. That's what I like about it. And let me flip it to this side, just kind of show you guys. And there's this dial to adjust your cheek riser. Otherwise, on this side, nothing different. So here is the muzzle device. I'm sorry, you know, I'm holding it, trying to record it, and it's just the rifle is long too, and it's kind of hard to fit it, the whole thing into this camera view. So I'm trying to do my best to let you guys see up close the rifle. But otherwise, yeah, this is all I have. That's all the upgrades I've done so far to this rifle. One more thing I would like to mention, the magazine. So unfortunately, when you get one of these rifles, the rifle only comes, I want to say, with only one mag, if I'm not mistaken. And these magazines aren't cheap to begin with. And not only that, they are actually hard to find as well. I don't know how the inventory looking like these days after pandemic and everything. But during pandemic, even after pandemic actually ended, it was still hard to find. And luckily, I was able to put my email in several places to notify me list. And luckily, whenever a few places restocked these magazines, I was able to get some. I think I got 6 of these magazines, if I'm not mistaken. So I was able to piece by piece, you know, get 1 or 2 magazines here and there, and I was able to you know, build up my numbers a little bit. So like I said, I probably have about 6 of them now, which I think is more than enough in my case, because for precision shooting, for bench shooting, I don't really need a whole lot, and like I said, they're not necessarily cheap, so that's plenty enough in my case. I normally try to keep at least 4 magazines for each of my rifles or even handguns. So, 6 magazines is, in my opinion, is pretty decent number, respectable number for this type of rifle. But then again, for the price, though, you are actually getting quite a bit of quality rifle. So I'm pretty sure this is gonna last a long time. You know, if it's well taken care of, and yeah, I mean, it's a hell of a shooter too. Super accurate. Been super happy with it so far. Anyway, that's all I have. Hope you guys like this video. If you do, please give a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel. Feel free to ask any questions if you have. You guys have a wonderful day, and catch you guys later. Bye.